Hey y'all, so welcome back to my channel. We're gonna be swatching some magnet gels. It's the first one that as you can see right now, I'm doing the Nailbayo the sugar magnet collection, and then we're gonna go into the Dgel signature black label collection. I feel like these magnets are some pretty magnets, I did order them from Sweetie Nail Supply. I felt like I had got a good deal on it. I don't really feel like they're super budget friendly, but I do think that if you can find it on sale, go that route. Yeah, so anyways, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Joanne. Um, I want to say that I was introduced to nail content in 2022. YouTube was doing this whole promotion thing, showing polygel nails and everything like that. And, I was getting fascinated with it, and I thought it was cool. And believe it or not, I was never a big nail person. Like, I probably got my nails done at that time probably like four times out of my life. My first set was like at 16. Like, I probably used to get my nails done probably like once every 2 years. I didn't I wasn't big on the whole, oh, I got to get my nails done or anything like that. I was never big on it. So it's really surprising to me that I even took this lane, but like I said, in 2022, YouTube was doing this whole thing where they were showing polygel nails and everything like that. And um, my cousin had called me and she was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing my nails, I'm thinking about doing my nails and I've been watching these videos. And I was like, you know what, me too. I was like, they make it seem so easy, but I'm not really sure. So I just kept on watching the videos. I kind of left it alone or whatnot. And I want to say in 2023 is like I start, researching more about nail things. And it's surprising that, like I said, it's surprising that I even got into it. But at that time, I think it really benefited me a lot to do, like to find something that, I can find, to find something that I like, for the simple fact that I was dealing with like something that was so traumatic that I didn't even realize at the time. Um, I had something happen, that hit close to home. I didn't know how to deal with the emotions of it or whatnot. I was having family issues. I was trying to show up and be strong for everybody else, and I left myself neglected, So when my cousin came back, one day my cousin came and she was like, yeah, I ordered, this polygel kit, whatnot. And I was like, man, that's so cool. Maybe I can try it too. So I really do give kudos to my cousin because she inspired me to really just go out and, give it a try. Because I just needed something to grasp onto at the time. Even before nails, which is so funny, even before nails, I was trying to find something to get my mind, like just to clear my mind. I was like, you know what? Maybe I can play the guitar. So one day I got a wild hair and I was like, let me go to the music store. So I went to the music store. I bought everything that you needed for a guitar. And it wasn't even a guitar that I was looking for. I wanted to play the violin. So I was like, I want a violin, I want to learn how to play it. So I'm asking the people there, I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about playing the violin. I think it's so pretty. I love the sound of it. I love the way it makes me feel emotionally. What do you think? And they was like, the violin is hard to learn. Have you ever played music before? And I was like, not really string instruments. And they was like, probably if you played a piano. And I was like, look, I don't want to play the piano. I was like, I really want to do the violin. They was like, well, if you don't want to play the piano, you know, let's try the guitar. So I was like, cool. I was like, well, what all do you need for the guitar? So they told me everything that I needed, and I just wanted to be set up. So I was like, okay, cool. So I bought everything that you needed to play the guitar. I went back home. I was like, I was trying and stuff like that, but it wasn't hitting that sweet spot for me, you know. And I was like, maybe this is not for me. But at the end of the day, I do like the guitar. But if you ask me, do I know how to play it? No, I don't know how to play it. One day, maybe, if I have the time or if I make time, I get back into doing that. But nah. So, anyways, back to the nails. So, my cousin, she inspired me to go out and try to see if I can do this nail stuff. So, I'm a person, one thing about me, I'm not a big online shopper. Like, I wasn't big in the crave, like, when everybody shop online. Like, I'm not that. I love in store. Like, I love doing everything in store. I like going in store and buying all my stuff. So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do the polygel nail stuff because you have to order everything offline. I'm like, okay, what other nail stuff is out there? So I started looking up acrylics. And I was like, man, that'd be cool to do something like that, acrylics. And I didn't know anything about acrylics. Like when I used to get my nails done, I didn't even know what to tell the people to do. They used to be like, what is it that you want? And I was like, I don't know. They was like, you want powder or you want this? I'm like, I don't know what it is. And then they'll just do something. I never knew what acrylic was called. I never knew anything about. That's how so out of touch I was with not getting my nails with not getting my nails done. I didn't know what none of this stuff was called. So I started watching a whole bunch of videos about acrylics and what you need and, everything like that. So, like I told y'all, I didn't want to shop offline. I wanted to have it in person. So I end up looking up nail supply stores that was in my area. So I have found one. So I was like, you know what, cool. I was like, let me go up there and let me get everything that I need. So I went up there, bought everything. When I say I bought all the stuff that I needed, I bought the monomer, I bought the acrylic, I bought the nail hand, I bought the drill. I bought everything that I felt like I needed, and then I went home and I just started practicing. And I was watching. When I tell you that I was studying before I even bought this stuff, like, I want to say that I probably studied acrylic for like maybe 3 months. 3 months before I even bought anything, because I wanted to make sure I understood a little bit of what to do and how to do everything. So yeah, so I did that. I came home and then I just went to work and started practicing. I started practicing, and one thing I can say is, like, the feeling that I had, um, the feeling that I had, it was like a sense of peace. it was like it took my mind off of everything that was going on around me. It took my mind from like pain and hurt to just like peace. And I just used to stay in my room and just do nails. It's like I blocked out the world. It was like I will even go to work thinking about doing my nails or just doing nail stuff. And I felt like it was beautiful. It was real beautiful to me. And so I want to say my first nail set that I did on myself was like December the 23rd, I want to say. I think I did good, honestly. So I'm gonna insert a picture and y'all tell me how I did. So I think I did good. I enjoyed it. And I just kept on going from there. And my cousin, she was like, you finally found your passion. And I was still on, the edge. I was like, no, I don't think this is my passion. I mean, I like doing it or whatever, but I couldn't say that it was my passion, at the time, but it did bring me a sense of peace, I could say that. But so anyways, I continue to do nails and just watch videos and see how I can become skillful. And they had so much stuff going on with different products, different polishes and everything like that. I wanted it all. I was excited. I was excited about everything, and I just wanted polishes. And if I could have had a whole collection in my house, like a whole nail studio, I would have did it if I had the money. Your girl didn't have the money, so I couldn't do exactly what I wanted to do. But I dreamt about it. I really dreamt about it. So, I am happy that I was able to, get the supplies that I did have. So, yeah, so at the end of this, we're about to go into the Dgel, the black signature. So these are this. So this is this collection. I love this collection. It brings my, you know, my little gothic side. I like this collection. I love black. I'm a black wearer. Like my clothes, most of my clothes is black. Like my favorite colors are black and white. So I really like this collection that I had purchased. When I seen it, I was like, I gotta get this. So yeah, so this is the swatch for the Dgel signature black label collection. It's a magnet collection. Excuse the way I'm swatching these sticks because this was trash. I don't know what I was doing. I was just doing stuff. I was just doing stuff. But anyways, back to my story. So yeah, I was getting excited about everything. Not only I was mostly practicing on myself and practicing on my little nail thingy. I don't know. Y'all know those the old school plastic hands or whatever. That one I was practicing on that, which is cool because I don't have it anymore and I really want to get another one or whatever. But anyway, so I was like seeing a whole bunch of gels, and what I'm about to say, please do not murder me. This is just my opinion. So the big polish brand that was out there at the time was everybody was talking about it. It was the Dgel nails. So, I'm searching online for it and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, these colors are so pretty. And then I looked at the price and I was like, shit, they cheap. Like, I can get it. So I was so excited. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a collection. But I had got the little small bottles. Y'all, Beatles almost took me out the game. Beatles almost took me out the game. So everything was good. I'm polishing, nails, like my nails and stuff like that. I'm trying to do marbling. I probably messed up myself with it or whatever, but I'm trying everything. So so one day I polished my nails or whatever. I polished me and my daughter's nails. I polished her nails first with it, and then I end up polishing my nails. So one day, my daughter, she came to me and she was like, Mama, like my hand is itching or whatever. And I looked at her hand and it was like a rash like by her thumb, like little bumps or whatever. And I was like, man, I don't know what that is. Kids be outside playing and stuff. I was like, she was probably at school or something and got a rash. So y'all know the old school pink lotion. I'm putting the pink lotion on it and stuff like that. So I'm at work one day and like around my cuticle areas, like they started itching. I'm like, man, I'm looking at my nails and around the cuticle and I see like little small bumps, y'all. Don't judge me. So anyway, I was like, do I got some type of disease or something? What the F? Like, what is going on? And it was itching. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And it scared me. So I'm over there at work, like doing research and stuff. And then I looked on YouTube to see what it was and things like that. So they was like, you probably have an allergic reaction, y'all. When I heard that and how if you get allergic reaction from a nail product, how that's the end. Like you probably won't be able to do nails anymore. So I was like, damn. So as soon as I had got home, I took everything off. I took the nails off. I took everything off and I took it off my daughter or whatever. And I was like, man, I knew something was up because I don't I don't know about y'all, but when I first got the Beatles kit and I opened up a polish, that chemical smell was so damn strong. And my first mind was like, why does it smell so strong like a chemical? Like, y'all know the perm smell? That's what that gel polish was smelling like, a perm. Like you about to put a perm on your nails. Like that's what it smelled like. So I was so scared and I was hurt. I was so hurt. Like I felt like the polisher was gonna come out and get me. So I put everything up and did not touch it. Like I didn't even want to give the polish to anybody else for the simple fact that I was like, if this caused me to have a certain type of reaction, why would I do something like that to somebody else? And then I was like, I'm not gonna throw it away. I was like, I spent my money on it or whatever. So I started looking into like different polishes and stuff like that. So I was like, let me just look into different polishes. So I started looking at just different polishes and stuff like that. And like I said, I had a nail supply store that I used to go to. So I started buying stuff from them, and yeah, their stuff is cheap or whatever, but it also had that little chemical smell, but it wasn't as potent as the Beatles smell. And I was like, okay, but I let my nails rest for like, I want to say 2 months. I had let them rest for like 2 months. So, yeah, so after the 2 months, I was like, I'm kind of scared to redo my nails or whatever because I'm like, man, I don't want my fingernails to fall off and stuff like that. And I was like, I was just scared. I was so scared. So I had tested it out. I was like, okay, I'm going to just try this to see if it works, to see if I try this product, am I gonna have the same reaction? So I ended up doing my nails, polishing my nails, and I seen that I didn't have the reaction. So that confirmed to me that it was that gel products that irritated my skin, So I was like, cool, back in business. So I started wanting to practice on other people. So I had this neighbor. They was from Venezuela. Like, they was amazing. Like, I loved them, even though there was a language barrier because they didn't speak English. Their kids spoke English, but, the parents didn't really speak English. And I just love my neighbors, like how they accepting my daughter, and their daughter was the same age as my daughter, and what they was doing was my daughter was teaching their daughter English, and their daughter was teaching my daughter Spanish. So I approached the mom one day and I was like, hey, would you allow me to do your nails or whatever? She was like, sure. And so I did her nails, and y'all, my little polo feelings was hurt because they nails did not last more than 2 days. Like, they was already off. And I just felt so, I don't know, my feelings was hurt. I was like, dang, girl, you suck. But I just kept on trying, and then I was doing family members' nails and all that stuff, and they nails wasn't lasting. And I was like, dang, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I'm doing y'all nails and it's not lasting, but I'm doing my nails and they're lasting. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, that was a little hit to it was a hurting feeling because it was a hurting it was a hurting feeling. It was a hurting feeling, but I just kept at it or whatnot. I ordered more products. Like, I had ordered the Praise from Appraise, and all the different acrylics and all that stuff. I was just out here spending money. I think I was really in a dark spot and didn't even realize it. Like, when I say dark spot, like, I secluded myself for 5 years. And when I say secluded, I mean not really interacting with anybody outside of my circle. So if you wasn't in my circle, and the only people that was in my circle was only like 2 people. So out of the 2 people, if you wasn't in that circle, I was not communicating. I wasn't talking to anybody. To I didn't talk to nobody. Like, I just stayed in my own little bubble. I was just so just gone emotionally. But anyways, I just kept on with it with the nails, and um what can I say? I can say, like, today it still brings me joy. I still like doing it. I want to know, like, let us communicate. Like, so what is it about nails that you enjoy? Is it the money? Is it a peace of mind? Or is it all of it? Because right now I just do my own nails. Like, I don't really do anybody else's nails. I mean, I would love to, but when I started doing other people's nails, and then I was like, well, let me get paid for doing it or whatever. And I felt like they wasn't lasting long and stuff like that. And then it just felt like a job. It felt like, you know, I have to go to work and I have to work for this, you know. And I didn't really like that because it was taking my sense of peace away from it. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do anybody nails like outside of mine's and probably my daughter's, you know. But I barely do her nails, but I normally just do mine's. Um, so I can say that I'm still on it. I still do it. It's still a sense of peace. Um, yeah, I can really say I like doing it. But y'all, like back into these polishes, I like these polishes. Like this one, these right here, these are my favorite so far. I like these. I love these colors. Like these colors are amazing. These colors are amazing. Um and then they're black and glittery. And then I could do all styles with them. Like if I wanted to do like some I don't know what kind of styles I want to do with them, but I really do enjoy these polishes, and I do feel like I made a good choice when I did order them and purchase them because they are pretty. I did go online to see if they are available. I think this collection is actually sold out. They probably have, you know, the individual colors, but they are sold out if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know when this video is gonna drop, if they're gonna be back up on the website or whatnot, but these are pretty. I had did a checkerboard design with these a checkerboard cat eye design that I had found off of Pinterest. And if y'all don't have no Pinterest, I suggest y'all get one because Pinterest has been my best friend. Like, I'm not on social media. I guess YouTube is considered social media. That's how far I'm going to go on social media. I haven't been on social media since 2017, and I really don't plan on going on social media. And after the whole thing with the, what was it, TikTok? I said, baby, no. That was the other place. I was like, maybe I can go on TikTok. And then I was like, no, 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 no. Y'all scared me. Y'all scared me to even try to go to TikTok. I was like, nah, I ain't going to TikTok. But yeah, get into these polishes, y'all. Beetles is the reason I ventured out, okay? Beatles is the reason I venture out because Beatles almost took me out the game. Now I gotta find stuff that, you know, is not gonna irritate my skin. Not saying that, you know, these are better because I don't know if they have, you know, the ingredients that Beatles have, but so far they haven't irritated my skin. So I can say I like these polishes, and I like PLA. PLA polishes, I want all the collection. I want the full collection. Like I told y'all before, if I can get a whole nail studio in my home, I would do that. But your girl ain't got the funds to do it, so I'm not going to stress myself out. But I do have some of their polishes, and I like their polishes too. And then plus, it hasn't caused me any irritations or anything like that. So I could say, you know, y'all do y'all research, search for everything, you know. But I'm gonna say this: if the polish got a strong chemical odor, me personally, would advise you not to put that on your skin. I mean, well, you don't supposed to put anything on your skin. I advise you not to put that on your nails or anybody else's nails because that scared the crap out of me. And that was a strong chemical smell. And if you ever smelled the perm before, you know what a chemical smell smells like. And that was it. But I want to say thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you enjoy all my videos. Thank you.